In this video, we're going to say the directions are, we want to write this in terms of I. Well, this is the same as negative 25 is the same as 25 times negative 1. This is equal to the square root of 25 times the square root of negative 1. The square root of 25 is 5. The square root of negative 1, like we learned in the last video, by definition, this is I. So the square root of negative 25 is just 5i. We can kind of figure out a pattern here. What's the square root of negative 49? Whoops. Well, the square root of negative 49, that's going to be 7i. Yeah. So when you take the square root of a negative number, you're going to get an I. And then you just take the square root of your number, and you get that number times I. This is 7i. So that's the idea. One thing you want to be careful of is this situation here. What is the square root of, let's say, negative 9 times the square root of negative 16? When they're both negative, this does not equal the square root of negative 9 times negative 16. Right? What you got to do here is simplify each part. This is equal to, because it's a square root of negative, we get an I, so this is 3i. The square root of 16 is 4, and the negative gives us the I, so we get times 4i. Now we multiply these. 3 times 4 is 12. I times I is I squared. But again, in the last video, we learned that I squared is negative 1. So this is 12 times negative 1, which is negative 12. So that's the answer to this problem.